and welcome back to episode 2 of The Aftermath. The Aftermath is where I come back a couple of months later, or 5, and let you guys know how I feel about whatever products I bought, whether or not I still feel the same way about it, whether or not my feelings have changed, because sometimes your first impressions, or you can use something for a month even, and then, you know, a month goes by and then all of a sudden it doesn't feel the same on your skin, it doesn't work the same way. So it's always good to check back in to see whether or not something still works for the reviewer who's reviewing it, or whether or not they've changed their mind. So the last one that I did was for items that I had hauled in December, and this is all the stuff that I reviewed in January. All the stuff, most of the stuff, all of the stuff. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's all of the stuff that I reviewed in January. So if you want to see that, stick around, because that's coming up right now. And while you're sticking around, maybe hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you like the video, and always leave a comment below. So yeah, that's coming up right now. So we're going to start off in, I was going to say we we're going to start off in no particular order, but we actually are going to start off in order because I am anal retentive and I need for things to be organized. We're going to start off with the things that I did not like the most, and or returned because I either not even didn't like them, but maybe just I wasn't wowed by them. I've actually started returning things. Like, I used to have a problem returning stuff, but makeup is expensive, and anybody got time to be holding on to products that cost $100 and better because they don't like returning stuff. So yes, stuff is getting returned. Let's see, what are we going to start with? Okay, so let's start with yeah, this one is going to be really short, guys, because yeah, like I said in the last video, I probably had more misses than hits in January. So okay, the first thing, I'm looking at my, I usually make notes, but you know, I don't know what happened with me today. Oh, it was hot. That's what happened. It was hot. It's hot as hell today. It's so hot actually that the AC is on and it doesn't feel like it's on. I actually put my makeup on in my underwear. Anyway, first thing that I'm going to talk about is the Stila Shimmer Liquid Lips. I did a review in Swatches, and as usual, I'll post the reviews of all of the videos in the description box, so you can check those out if you want to. But the first one that I did was the Stila Shimmer Liquid Lips. These were metallic liquid lipsticks from Stila, and I actually love the Stila all day, what's it called? All day liquid lipsticks. I love that formula. Those were some of the first liquid lipsticks that I've ever tried, and I still use some of the ones that I've purchased and have repurchased since then. But I did not like these simply because a lot of the colors weren't, they didn't differentiate themselves enough for me to want to keep them, and also they weren't as metallic as I would have liked them to be. The one color that I actually did like, and I said that I was probably going to keep it, it was actually too close to another shade that I have, so I decided to not keep it around at all, and so I actually wound up returning all 5 of the ones that I got. Sorry. Okay, so this is going to be real short. This is going to be real short. I had gotten the Covergirl Vitalist expansion that they did in January, earlier on in January. I had gotten the powder, the powder, the glotion, and I'd also gotten the highlighters. The highlighters were trash. I did 2 videos because it was a lot of stuff, so I will link both videos below. The highlighters were absolute trash. They did not highlight, and they did not blend well, so those went right back with the quickness. The powder I actually kept. The powder and the glotion I actually kept, but I don't use them. The powder is actually sitting in a box right here, and I should probably give it away to someone. I'm probably going to wind up giving it away to someone, but I just wasn't wowed by this this CoverGirl expansion in the least. I wasn't wowed by the collection. I don't even really like the Vitalist foundation that much. I did like it, but the more that I used it, my skin started to react to it. So for me, the Vitalist collection is just like a bust, and this whole expansion to me was trash. So yeah, didn't care for it, took most of it back, and the stuff that I did keep I don't use. So yeah, it was a no for me. The next item that I got is also another CoverGirl item. I got the Melting Pouts liquid matte lipsticks, and I actually do like them. The funny thing about that though is I only tend to wear two colors, the one that I'm wearing right now and the blue one, but I do actually like these a lot, and I do wear them a lot. They're very, very comfortable. Like I think I said that in the video, I don't remember. Video as usual will be linked below, but I still use these, and I'm probably going to pick up the rest of the colors. I actually like this one a lot. I forgot what it's called. I think this one is called Gray Matter. I like this one because even though it looks like a taupey brown on me, it pulls purple, so it looks like a grayish on me, which is my preferred kind of nude to wear. And so yeah, I wind up wearing this one quite a bit. But yeah, these were a really good investment, and I really don't regret getting these. And like I said, I'm probably going to wind up picking up a couple more. So these were a yay. They were a yay then, and they're still a yay now. Stupid camera cut off, so here we go again. The next item, and once again, I don't really know why I'm putting these at the bottom of the list, because these are some of my favorite lipsticks that I've ever purchased. And the lipsticks that I'm talking about are the Sephora Lip Stories lipsticks. Unfortunately, I had gotten, how many have I gotten, did I get? I think I got like 24 or something like that, but I still use them a lot. A lot of the brighter colors I've been using this summer, because, you know, like they're really good for summer. They're summertime colors. However, I mentioned to you guys that my eldest niece has gotten into makeup, and I wound up giving like probably about 8 of them to her, because unfortunately I like those weird out there colors, and she likes those weird out there colors too. Go figure. So the other day when we were doing those lip swatches, and she had volunteered to do lip swatches for me, she started going through my lipsticks, and she kept going, ooh, ooh, and then she was like, can I have it? And I was like, yeah, go ahead, take them. So she took most of the ones that I really like, but once again, they're only $8, so I can go ahead and get some more. It's not a big deal, but yeah, I still do use these a lot, and I am absolutely not mad that I got them. Okay, so this one is going to be pretty short because I don't really have that much to say about it. It was those Kiko Milano cushion blushes that I got. Absolute trash. Garbage. Hot garbage. And for me to say that, knowing how much I love Kiko, is painful. But those blushes were the devil. They were the devil. Like, I don't know what the hell they were thinking with those blushes, but those were absolutely not. Nope. They went right back to Kiko. But the funny thing about it is, and I don't know if this was a mistake on their part or whatever, but I had gotten those blushes and a whole bunch of other stuff when I ordered. And instead of just refunding me for the blushes, they refunded my entire order. So I guess yay for that. But yeah, those blushes were hot trash, and yeah, no, they went right back. The next thing I had gotten, well, it wasn't a thing. I had gotten a whole bunch of, like, January was the month of Sephora reviews, it seems, for me anyway. January was the month that I got pretty much everything Sephora debuted. And they debuted 2 palettes. They debuted contour and blush palette, and they debuted the holographic palette. The holographic palette was more my speed because it is very cool tone colors, but in terms of the highlighters, I didn't really like the highlighters. There's nothing inherently wrong with the highlighters. I'm just not a fan of the holographic wave of highlighters. It's stupid to me. It's just, what? No, it's impractical. So I do use this blush palette quite a bit. I just use the blushes most of the time. And as for the, I think this one is called Market Spice. I don't use this one at all, because I think if you guys remember, when I got this one, I said that the colors were a little bit too warm for me, and they are too warm for me, so I barely use it. I do use one of the highlighters from this palette though, but other than that, I don't really use this palette at all. The next palettes from Sephora that I had gotten were these miniature palettes, and to be honest with you, I don't use these, and it's not because they're not good palettes. It's just that, one, I don't use eyeshadow that much, and when I do use eyeshadow, I do have palettes that I already reach for, so I almost never ever reach for these. So these still look brand new, but these are great palettes, so I'm probably going to wind up donating these to someone too. But yeah, I don't really use these, but they're still nice palettes, but I just don't use them. So I had also gotten these BlackUp palettes when they debuted. I think they debuted in December, and I picked them up in January, maybe? No, I picked them up in December. I picked them up in December, but I didn't actually get around to reviewing them until January. I had gotten the nude and the smoky. There was another one, a very colorful one that I didn't bother to get because it reminded me a lot of my Sephora Editorial Pro palette, and I was just like, why? So I did wind up getting these two, and I thought because the smoky palette has more of the shades that I like to use, like the purple and the teal, and the gold, I thought that I would get more use out of this palette, but in fact I've actually been using the nude palette more, even though it came to me broken. Yeah, I've actually been using this one a lot more, probably because it doesn't take anything to use a nude. You know, you can just throw it on, you don't have to think about what you're going to do. So on the days where I'm feeling especially lazy, because I'm usually feeling lazy most days when it comes to eyeshadow, but on days when I'm feeling especially lazy, this is a really, really good palette for me to just grab and go. Okay, we are at the end. We made it. We are here. We are finished. And it is not by design. I promise it is not by design that this last item is the last item and it's my number one. I didn't plan it this way. It just happened to be over there when everything else was right here. And what are we talking about? Y'all know my Dior Forever Undercover foundation. Y'all, HG foundation. I have been wearing this since I got it. I have been in love with it since I've gotten it. In fact, as the summer has progressed and it's gotten hotter, this has actually become one of my favorite go-to foundations. Like literally nothing else does not break up on my nose or somewhere on me if I wear it out here in this Georgia heat, because this heat ain't no joke. Is this bad boy here? Yeah, this does me right. So this was probably my favorite purchase from January. And oh, water-based. I didn't even know that. See when you don't read stuff? Yeah. This was my favorite purchase from January, and I am so happy that I got this foundation. It is the perfect shade for me now in the summer. It's a little bit off in the wintertime, but I don't care. I'm gonna still rock it because it's bad. Yeah. Worth every penny. All of it. All the pennies. It's worth all the pennies. Okay, guys, we made it. I'm in a mood today. I think it's the heat. I'm clearly unhinged right now. But yeah, we made it. It's the end. Oh my word. Alright, so as you can tell, most of my thoughts have not changed on the products that I hauled in January. This is why we do these videos, so that, you know, I can come back a couple of months or a couple of weeks later and be like, hey guys, you know, I've been wearing this for 3 weeks or a month or whatever, and it sucks. Because sometimes, like I said, your first impressions can be, oh my god, this is the most wonderful thing in the world, and a couple of months later you're like, no, this is not great. What was I thinking? But as you can see, for this roundup, pretty much everything remains consistent. The things that were horrible then are still horrible now. The things that were good then are either still good or have gotten better. In this case, like the Dior foundation. So everything is pretty much even and across the board the same. I hope you enjoyed this edition of The Aftermath. For me, it has been fun. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I hope it was helpful to you guys to see that my thoughts on certain products are still the same and haven't really changed. But yeah, as usual, guys, it's been real, it's been fun, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!